Hello and welcome to part 3 of Death Valley Experience. A 4-day event sponsored by Cal 4 Wheel, March of 2026. I joined with the group in Death Valley National Park, and today is day number 3. We're going to go toward Chloride Cliff, also going to explore the Keane Mine. After a beautiful sunrise in the desert and gathering together to do some organizing, off we went toward the Keane Wonder Mine. You know, Death Valley is a place of legend in the Old West for westward travelers and adventurers. Death Valley defined by its environmental extremes and the tantalizing promises of striking it rich. The good news is the main workings of the mill are just a few hundred yards beyond a convenient gravel parking area. On the day we visited, our trail-ready rigs were interspersed with regular SUVs and even some cars. This part of the route is easy. One of the finest examples of striking it rich is found in the remains of the Keane Wonder Mine, K-E-A-N-E, Keane Wonder Mine. Scattered across the desert gulches and hills are more than 18,000 different mining features and artifacts from this Keane Mine. Among the most impressive are the massive aerial tramway towers and terminals, remnants of the golden era that mirrored stories across the entire American West. It was first staked out in December of 1903. The Keane Wonder Mine was in full-scale operation within just a couple of years, and today we can still see ore buckets along the mile-long tramway that once carried an astonishing 70 tons of gold ore every single day during the years of peak production. But we have to remember that the workers here battled the same extreme climate that we as visitors face today, and yet without many of the modern resources that we have. Scorching summer temperatures routinely overheated the heavy machinery. Drying natural springs choked the water supply, slowing production to a crawl. And by 1912, the lack of raw material made mining just simply unprofitable. In fact, by 1942, the final last gasp of attempts to revive the operation came to a close. Well, now that we're done exploring the Keane Mine, we're going to head on over some further trails, find the paved highway, stop at a rest area, and get back onto dirt tracks, headed toward Chloride Cliffs. First, we're stopping in Monarch Canyon. Now, you can imagine walking through the bone-dry desert of Death Valley and suddenly you hear running water? That's Monarch Canyon. It holds what is rare for these parts, which is a permanent spring that feeds a shallow stream. There are only a couple of these in the whole of Death Valley. If you follow this little creeklet, the water plunges 110 feet down a cliffside, tucked away inside a short, twisting slot canyon. It is so narrow it's even difficult to get a picture that does it justice. Above the waterfall, the canyon is thick with green plants. Below it, the walls open up into a dry, quiet gorge framed by weathered rocks in soft, muted colors. And eventually the ravine fades away, spilling out into a massive alluvial gravel slope that leads straight to the valley floor. The spring that we mentioned was piped and was the water source for the Keane Wonder Mine. There are some mining ruins around this parking area too for the more adventurous if you want to hike up into the hills and experience them. You know, there is a lot in the Death Valley area that is presented to us on a grand scale. But if you stop and look at the small things, they are amazing too. This time of year, the wildflowers are beautiful. And these cactus, I learned that those are not pokey. Well, later in the season, they get dry and they're certainly pokey. But right now, they were soft and flexible. I think we all enjoyed exploring this area for a few minutes. Beautiful canyon. Beautiful geological features, just a beautiful part of the park. Well, we've driven on quite a few miles, and we are in the vicinity of Chloride City. In fact, it goes back to 1871 when August Franklin picked up a rock in Death Valley. He wanted to try to smash a rattlesnake, and he accidentally discovered silver. This striking find became the Chloride Cliff mine, one of the region's oldest operations. Though early tests showed that the silver ore was rich, the mine was simply crushed by geography. Bringing supplies in by mule trains from San Bernardino, which is 180 miles away, proved simply too expensive, and it forced a shutdown within 2 years. Franklin's family held on to the claims until the 1905 bullfrog mining boom brought supplies and life a little closer to the area, and a bustling camp named Chloride City quickly sprang up, complete with a blacksmith shop, bunkhouses, and a cookhouse. Today, the bustling camp is a ghost town, mostly foundations. Only a single mysterious grave marked James McKay, of whom nothing is known, is left, and a dugout hillside cabin named after some cousin Jack remain. You can explore this history by taking this scenic 17-mile high-clearance 4x4 trail. The narrow shelf road leads to the overlook and rewards travelers with an unforgettable sweeping view of Death Valley from Chloride Cliff. Now here's full disclosure. This day we trekked 17 miles in and we were going to drive 17 back out. And by the time we got to the Chloride Cliff overlook, I had had enough. Now that I have come back home and seen these online photos afterwards, I really missed it. I've got to go back and see it again for myself. Maybe some other day I'll make it. But here we've shown it to you, and thank you for watching. And be sure to come back for our fourth and final part of our Death Valley adventure.
Hey, check this out! This is the life! Thank you for watching, Ken, the Jeep Guy. Come back again, and be sure to like and subscribe.
So that's the